All right, let's go to the assist department here, gentlemen. DK Sportsbook has James Harden as the minus 105 favorite, right ahead of his former teammate Russell Westbrook, who was at plus 200. So Trae Young kind of lurking there in the shadows at plus 400. Which bet makes sense for you here, Nick?
I mean, Harden's the heavy favorite for a reason here. I mean, minus 105 is kind of crazy when you compare it to where the other leaders or, the odds on favorites, I guess I should say, are for these other categories. And it's for good reason. I mean, the guy he's been primarily competing against for this title for the last few years in Russell Westbrook is now paired up with the guy who won the assist title 2 years ago in LeBron James. So we saw Westbrook and Harden play together in Houston. Westbrook's assist rate plummeted. He was down in like the 7-8 assists per game as opposed to 10 or 11 where he was in OKC. LeBron teaming up with Westbrook knocks both of those guys out of the race. So for me, it has to be Harden. I mean, his usage rate was under 20% when he joined the Brooklyn Nets, and Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving were healthy. So small sample size, but he basically was very much content to just stop the step back threes, stop shooting 20 times per game and essentially become a distributor. And we're going to see better health luck with that team this year. I mean, they're not going to play like 5 games together over the course of the regular season. As long as those guys are healthy for even 70 or 75% of the year, I think Harden is happy to sit back, be a distributor, rack up, 10.5, 11.5 assists per game.
Okay, Kenny, Harden is on the Nets and Russell Westbrook now on the Lakers.
Yeah, I think that Russell Westbrook is a very, very good value play here, plus 200. I know that you like to, go for bigger odds, but when you talk about the post All-Star break NBA, it was dominated by Russell Westbrook and his assist rate. I mean, it was almost 50%. This guy goes out of his way to get assists. He goes out of his way to throw dart basketballs at players' heads, so they have a hard time catching it, and then they'll get him an assist. I think that this is a guy that is going to take the step forward here for the Lakers, and LeBron probably takes a step back in terms of being a distributor. We saw at the end of the year last year, LeBron James became more of a distributor in the postseason, in the second half of the season. But for the majority of the year, LeBron James is not going to be out there, playing 40 minutes a game, racking up 10 assists. That's just not what he wants to do at this stage of his career. He wants to save himself for the postseason. I think that Russell Westbrook is going to have a big chip on his shoulder. I think that he is going to really maybe play his best basketball that we've seen in quite some time, maybe since he came into the league with Oklahoma City. I believe that because we heard about the egos being put aside. We heard about, these guys just being motivated to win a title. I think that Russell Westbrook comes out here, and we know that he's one of the best passers in the league, one of the best assist mans in the league. I think that, there's every reason to believe that he does this. And James Harden, we had the injury concerns in the postseason. We have Kyrie Irving as, one of the ball dominant guys in that offense as well. I think that there's obstacles in the way of James Harden getting there. And I don't think that there's as many for Russell Westbrook. I think LeBron James is likely to take a step back when it comes to passing the ball. And I think plus 200 is probably my bet here.